Rounds report on Teresa Trouble-Rubel. She's a 22-year-old white heterosexual female that was raised in a two-parent middle-class Christian household. She attended public school until third grade when her parents chose to homeschool her. Trouble has referred today for a psychiatric consult after she described the man she macheted as a monster. She has tried to tell her parents and doctors about monsters, but no one believes her. She's been in and out of romantic relationships until this new monster problem has destroyed her last great relationship. She was recently touring with her boyfriend until his manager stated she needed to leave. She was bad for the band, starting fights at places where they were playing, causing discord with band members, and conflict with her vision of their creative design she was making for the band's image. Trouble's parents were very career focused and decided to have a child after they were well established in their careers. Her parents were divorced. They were never able to have other children. They divorced by the time she was 16, stating that she was such a stress of a special child, and she was more than they could bear. Trouble was hospitalized at the age of 14 until she was 18 years old and was released to her own recognizance or her own care. When they went to visit Trouble during her hospitalizations, her parents stated that she would turn them against each other and blame them for her being hospitalized and valuing their careers over their daughter. Since her release from hospitalization, she has been arrested 6 times in the last 5 years for physical assault. Every time the charges have been dropped. Since leaving the psychiatric hospital, Trouble has had 2 abortions. She currently has a Mirena IUD to prevent pregnancy. She's had a 3-day hospitalization for pneumonia 2 years ago after being rescued from the river. She states in the last month she's only been able to sleep 3 to 4 hours a night, at least, due to monsters being after her. She is not on any psychiatric medications at this time. She is taking no over-the-counter medications, herbal or supplemental medications. She's not allergic to any medications that she knows of. While in the psychiatric hospital, they had her on Prozac and clozapine, which she did tolerate. Her last physical was February 15th of 2014. Trouble began her psychiatric care at the age of 11. By 14, she was cutting herself regularly, and again, she was admitted to the hospital at 14. She has had 2 hospitalizations for only 2 hospitalizations for multiple suicide attempts. The first was because she was found unconscious after ingesting an unknown fluid and leaving a note. The second hospitalization was because she needed a blood transfusion after a suicide attempt. Today, she has been assessed using the Barrett Impulsiveness Scale with a scale of 97 over 72 is positive for increased impulsiveness. She's had a Buss-Perry Aggression Questionnaire, total score 167 over 203, positive for physical aggression, verbal aggression, anger. Trouble admits to a pattern of turbulent relationships with men, her family, peers, and strangers in social situations. She has gotten into numerous bar fights with women she thought or found were having an affair with her partners. Trouble has been documented as attempting suicide, admitted to cutting herself when a relationship was in a state of turmoil or partner was about to leave or ask her to leave. She's been asked to leave living situations due to her disruptive behavior. She's also been in a physical altercation with 2 homicide detectives. She has numerous scars from cutting her arms and legs due to emotional emptiness and fear of losing a loved one in a relationship. She appears to be a slim, unkempt, disheveled, well-muscled, poorly groomed young woman. Her face is flushed and she is defensive and flippant. She is exhibiting psychomotor agitation. Her speech is given with a fast rate, strong with good articulation. She states she is angry that she is here. Her affect is consistent with her stated mood. Her thought process seems racing but linear. Trouble admits that she has no plans on killing herself. She does not want to kill anyone that does not deserve it. She denies any hallucinations and sees no monsters during the interview. She is alert and oriented types 4. Her short and long-term memory are intact. Her insight and judgment are fair. She acknowledges killing people is wrong, but so far all of her fights and killings have been instigated by others. Trouble meets the DSM-5 criteria for borderline personality. She has a pattern of instability of interpersonal relationships, self-image and affects, and marked impulsivity. She would call the police on her parents if they went out on a date without her. She would threaten suicide if her boyfriend was thinking about breaking up with her. She was asked to stop traveling with her boyfriend's band because she was causing discord amongst the band members and causing problems at their touring locations by starting fights. She wants to be a creative artist, but also tells her stepbrother and sister stories of being a crime fighter. She has jumped into a river to chase another woman, resulting in pneumonia. She has had multiple abortions from different relationships. She has had multiple emergency room visits for suicide attempts, some of which have resulted in hospitalizations. She practices self-cutting. She complains of chronic feelings of emptiness. She shows impulsivity by fighting police detectives trying to arrest her, being in numerous bar fights, and even killing people that she calls monsters. And she believes she is being targeted by these monsters and others that are jealous of her. This is my report on Teresa Rubel.